Yo, you're tuning in. Today is the breakdown. Listen, man, I'm your boy Soulo.
And I'm Ashley Booker.
Listen, man, we're gonna go in real quick. We're gonna get started, man, with this first show. This is the first episode of the breakdown where we're gonna be talking about this music business and a few other things.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, Ashley is one of the guys that put me in the business. So I was like, you know what? We need to do our own show together. We do got other shows and we do a lot in the city, but doing a podcast together, that would be so amazing.
Absolutely.
So, you know,
here we are.
I put the big dog on it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So look, I'm gonna get right into it, man. Just for the people that don't know you and that's not familiar with, you know, who Ashley Booker is, can you kind of go into it?
Man, I'm Ashley Booker, man. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a music producer. I'm an entrepreneur. I don't know, man. Just an overall creative. I just like creating things. I like creating business. I like creating money.
Yeah. How long you been doing it?
I've been doing music, man. Shit, about
15 years.
Yeah. Well, hey, you guys remember Motown? Like, I had a heavy influence back then. You know, I don't know if you ever heard of the Temptations or Berry Gordy, people like that. But you know, your boy's been in the game for a minute. I've been in there for about 15 years. Probably really making beats for about 20 and shit. I don't know.
Yeah, that's dope. And so when you looking into finding an artist, like what catch your eye and say, you know what, I really like that person?
You know, as weird as it sound, man, tonality, man. They tone. Like, I feel like this, man. I feel like with music, man, we're constantly reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
So everything's pretty much been done. Every kind of song has probably been created already.
Right.
So I guess when I look for an artist, I'm looking for like what makes them stand out, like amongst the pack. Like if they song come on, like will I be like, man, who is this?
Right.
You know, I mean that goes down to production and a whole lot of shit. I'm just saying that, but off the rip, I would say definitely tonality.
Yeah, I agree because you know it be some of the wackest rappers, bro, that'll come to me and be like, yo, Soulo, I want you to manage him. I want you to do this. I want you to do that, and I'll be like, man, let me hear a record. They cannot rap all the way. Like they can't write. I'll say that. They can't write, but their voice, that's what stand out.
Man, that's all you need, man.
Man, I love it, man. That's what makes me like, you know what? I can do something because I can always get a writer in there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That's why I say you can always get a record.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so many talented people out here as far as songwriters, producers. Obviously, that's another thing on this show we're gonna touch into, just like all the aspects of record making. But there are a lot of things you can do for an individual to kind of make them pop out.
So what goes into making a record?
Well, I think it's different for everybody. You know, I mean, there's some producers who take a long time. Some artists take a long time to come up with it, but then when they come up with it, the shit be fire. Hell, there's some people who just go in and just track, or record. I mean, I can't really say like which way is the best way.
Right.
I just want the outcome to be right.
Yeah, you gotta be right.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck you made it in 5 minutes or 5 years, as long as the outcome is right. You know?
So when you working on an album, and I know you done worked on a lot of people's albums, I know you done did a lot. So when going into working on an album, what all comes with it?
Album wise, I would just say just concentration.
Right.
Focus.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like when you're trying to really lock in, I guess, and create a project, you want to capture like whatever that emotional or that I guess deeper than emotion. I would say whatever the environment that you're in at that time, you want to really embody that. You want to be like whatever period in life you're going through, like you want that to kind of reflect on that project. And so sometimes I just take, honing in and focus and concentration.
Yeah.
And which I feel like that is pretty much the key to everything, by the way.
Right.
But I would say definitely working on a project, you want to be like locked in.
You want to be locked in, man. And I explain it to my artists and a lot of artists that come down to unplug and record. Like, you want to be locked in with yourself first and understand what you're doing before you get behind that mic. Because once you get behind the mic, you can either make a hit or you can make some bullshit. You can get people in tune, or you don't have people that just don't like you at all. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to get behind that mic and do your job. So I agree with everything you're saying. I just want the shit to come out right.
That's really good.
For real, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna throw something at you, man. Like,
let's do it.
Why? Like, okay, you CEO Soulo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me your backstory, man. Like, how did you even get to this point?
So I started off with a group called 3G, 3 gentlemen, and it was kids and Rome and Soulo. And man, we did a lot. We wrote records for Tyler Perry's studios. We done wrote records for some of everybody. Marcus Houston. We done did some shit, but it was still something missing. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that was missing is I wasn't happy, and I decided to walk away from that situation and start my own solo career and it worked out fine because I ended up meeting you. You know what I'm saying? Right. I ended up meeting Ash and you. I met Sean too, but right. You really like put that time into me every day. Was just like, Soulo, you need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. You need to, when we in the studio, sit back, listen, give your input.
Yeah.
You taught me the game. You ain't just like put me in a room like, figure it out, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? You taught me the game, so it made me realize like, you know what? I can really do this shit. And then I started to think like, I know way too much about this business where I can sit back and be an artist. I don't even like being an artist.
Hey, that's a solo comment right there.
I fucking don't even like being an artist, bro. It's too much work. It's too much time. It's and if you don't have the money to do it, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day, and I'm still a young dude, but I came out back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So when I came out, we didn't have nothing but MySpace and Bebo. So we used to post our shit on MySpace.
Yeah.
And hopefully somebody go on our page to hear our music. You know what I'm saying? But that half the time that didn't happen. So you know what I'm saying? We had to really get out here and put out flyers on cars and posters around the fucking city.
Just really out here,
you know? We had to do stuff like that to make people realize who 3G was. So I was like, you know what if I stop being an artist and I start managing? It started off with Metro asking me for advice, certain situations, and then it went from, I wanted to have D-Pain on this show because that was the first artist I ever tried to manage.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I went to his house, bro. I went to D-Pain's house, and I was like, hey, man, I really think this could work. I can manage you, bro. And put some time and a little money behind you, and we can get this local market working. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it didn't work out. I didn't double back and ask, can I manage him? I just like, you know what, I'm cool. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna let the artist come to me. And then I forgot who came to me. I think Charlene came to me, and that's what really got me going. And ended up getting her some deals on the table, ended up figuring out some shit, and it just didn't work. A lot of this shit don't work, bro.
That's very true.
A lot of this shit in this business don't work because, especially with me, because I get tired of people quick. I get tired of dealing with the bullshit. People that sell dreams. Like I was dealing with a company that was selling dreams to people.
That's a very big part of this. Yeah.
Like they'll tell, they'll use my name.
That's the best.
And use what I helped build and sell a dream to somebody. And that's what I'm not for, bro.
Right.
Like I feel like shit. We in this business, bro, we trying to learn this stuff. We figuring it out. We don't know everything, but we know people that we can reach out to that do know this shit.
That's correct.
And that's why it was so important for me to say, you know what, let me do some stuff in St. Louis, like with you, even with doing the show, where we can break down exactly how the business is, and then we can do music reviews where people can send in their music, we judge it, and we just, from an industry standard, and we go back and we break down exactly what goes into making a record, what goes into to putting out a record, going to the radio stations trying to get them to play it, going to DJs. That stuff is important. So that's what made me say, you know what, this could be a good show, and shit, I just needed you to, tell me like, let's go.
Hey, here we are.
For real.
Here we are.
Yeah, man.
Which I feel like that was the thing on the music review. I feel like we were, obviously we were giving our opinions on records, but we were, evaluating so many records a night.
Yeah.
That we didn't really get to give like the full, I guess, picture. And I feel like, we were giving people, some gems, but we can really give them some gems in a podcast form where we're not listening to songs, but we can actually just talk about the different aspects and maybe, whatever we kind of bring up in subject matter, maybe through guests or whoever comes on the show, like it might just, answer some of the things that maybe at home they may have been wondering or kind of give more, I guess, of an insight of where our mind kind of like lies when it comes to music. Right.
And the whole thing is we got a name on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have to use that name, man, to help versus like thinking that like I hate for somebody to think they better. I hate for somebody to think that they know it all. Like if we all work, at least try to work together, at least form a team where we all working together.
Right.
Like Blowing Money Fast, we have a few artists that we have that we trying to put out. We actually got one artist, Big Homie. He is going for a blast.
He
is going for a blast, man. He got the record. I'm him, and every day is something. And so what CMG is teaching us, what Interscope is teaching me and J-Bo is like, this is the rollout that y'all need to have for artists when y'all trying to do this, instead of just putting out shit and then trying to work social media. It's a lot too, but it takes a lot of money. And if you don't have the money, listen, it's gonna be hard because you have to have it. You gotta have it.
I'll double with this. I'm not gonna look. I feel like for those who don't have money, I feel like all you can do is do the best you can.
Yeah.
And hopefully then somebody, I say like this, it takes $100 to attract 1,000 and 1,000 to attract 10 and then 10, and so on and so on. I go all day. But what I'm saying is that just do what's in your power to make an impact. Make an impact somebody can see. Right. And then you kind of go up the ladder. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, inevitably, yes, you do need budget. But there are ways to get budget, and a lot of times your currency is being able to turn up, like, because that's something that's priceless. Because I know motherfuckers with money who have no motion. True. So if you're able to get motion, you know what I mean? Shit, I think the bag come.
Right, the bag do come. You're right about that.
Because somebody gonna see you. Because motion is something we can't pay for. So if we see a motherfucker moving, shit, you can't do nothing but, talk about it or maybe be like, yo, man, have them up. Like, let's talk to them. Like, they doing some shit. And they may not have fucking $5,
Right, man. I be seeing artists, man, they be like, nah, bro. Like, I'm really that guy, bro. Like, man, listen to my music, bro. I'm really that guy. And then I listen. I'm like, man, this shit trash. Like, this shit trash, bro. Like, I can't believe that you're sitting there and you telling me that you are the next person to come out the city and help everybody else. Right. Like I think when it goes into coming out this city, bro, St. Louis is a hard city to come out of. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It took at least 10 listening parties for us to get Bedrock played on the radio.
I agree, dog. This is a different market. It's a beast. You know what I mean? I tell people shit. A lot of my experience has been, once I get out of here, I'm like, damn, people are like hella nice. Because I'm so used to people being fucked up.
They're so mean, bro. These motherfuckers are mean, bro. And I started to develop the attitude. Yeah. Because I'm like, man, what made me really start like fucking putting on, like, cause you remember I had the band. Yep. And I was putting on my own shows for a while with the band. So what made me do that is because nobody was putting me on shows. Yeah. Because I was an R&B singer. And R&B is hard in the city anyway. It is. So, and then I was like, damn, okay, cool. Only person that invite me to the studio is like Ashley Booker or Keywan.
Right.
So Keywan will have me over at Dirty, and then you would have me over at your studio, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm sick of going to those studios. Let me figure out how to get my own shit. So you know, and that's what I mean by like, you really gotta sit back and visualize yourself in what you're doing, how you doing it, when you're gonna do it, and you gotta put some motion behind yourself. Like, this thing right here has turned people into, like, every time you see Solo, you see a cigar.
Yeah, yep.
Every time, oh man, Solo really be behind that cigar shit. I developed that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is nothing. I can put this down a day and never smoke again. It's not, this shit is a character. You get what I'm saying? Like, when you see me with a cigar, that shit fake, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I have to tell people that all the time, like, this ain't my life, nigga. I don't sit here and smoke. I do go to cigar lounges a lot, but that's because I want to learn more about it. If I'm gonna sit there and smoke something, I want to know what I'm smoking.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I feel like for artists, if you want to learn more about this business, then this is the perfect show for you. The breakdown.
Yo, I mean, hey, honestly, that's really what it is, because through the conversations, like, obviously this is our first kind of like introductory like type thing, but like literally what you're gonna find is that we're gonna pretty much jump and you're gonna see every aspect of this whole business, and you're gonna see like a thorough breakdown, and you're gonna see cool guests and people come on and kind of sharing. We're sharing on this show. That's pretty much what we're doing. Like I said, like we just trying to, you know, plug people with the information.
Yeah. We want to plug you with the
We want to plug you with the information.
Yeah.
And so, honestly, that's really what it's about. This show for me, and I feel like for CEO Solo, I can't speak for him, but I would say this is us giving back. Because honestly, it's like the things that people try to keep secret, we gonna tell. You know what I mean? Like, there are no secrets here. I feel like all of us need the information to get better and to grow. So I just think that, you know.
So for artists that never, like, cause you got about 6 songs on the radio, I believe it's like 6 or more.
Right.
But for the artists that don't know how to come out, you know, with the music, go to the studio, and then what's after the studio?
Well, after the studio is a multitude of things. Like I said, like, I can't say that everybody roll out or every artist is the same, but I will say that definitely it's that time to kind of conjure up and come up with a plan. Like, what's the plan for marketing? Because marketing, like, you know, I always kind of talk about music like, all right, the studio is like a factory, and then like, so then once we got the product, which, you know, obviously you think about the names, a producer and an engineer and all these things, you know, the creators, the artists and all that. Once we get that product, you gotta take it upstairs. Yeah. And upstairs is where you get to the business. That's where the money, that's the money room, that's the boiler room.
To the bank.
Yeah, you gotta take it to the bank. And so when you go upstairs, we gotta formulate like a real plan of like, okay, how are we gonna sell this product? Yeah, we already got the stamp of approval. The producer said it's just fire. Right. Everybody, you know, has put in their work. Yo, now how do we actually monetize this thing? You know, and I feel like when not everything's about money. I'm not saying that, but obviously money is a byproduct of emotion. So if you have success, you're gonna see some kind of like reciprocity, I guess, or reciprocation of the money. You're gonna see, you'll start to see it kind of trickle in, and the job is, at first, you throw a whole lot of darts. Right. Eventually, what happens is, as the artist gets more notoriety, more their brand starts getting known, the target gets smaller because now we see who's being receptive. Right. Now we can actually target the people who actually want the product, which that's when the job becomes easy, and that's when, like, I guess some of the top tier brands in the industry, like when you know their music, you don't have to even hear the album, you just know so-and-so dropping an album and you're already there for it. You know what I mean? That means that all that work has been done because now their target is condensed to they have an audience. And then once you have an audience, you have a business. And once you have a business, you have a business. It don't matter what level you are in this. I mean, you could be Drake or you could be a guy who's still on a 30-city tour right now making, you know, 100K a year. It doesn't really matter what level of the game you're on. You're still a business and you're still making money.
100K a year? Damn, on a 30-city tour?
I mean, listen. There's a lot of guys, and there's a lot of guys doing that many shows and ain't making shit. I mean,
true.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, tell the majority of these motherfuckers who dropping shit and don't see nothing,
man,
if they take $100K right now.
Bro, it's a lot of stuff that you just, when you think I'm in the studio, I'm doing this, I'm making some fire ass music. Let me put this shit out, man. Bro, it's more to it than just Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and Spotify, and all that shit, bro. It's a lot to it. You got to get on podcasts. You got to start hiring PR and marketing to help you get write-ups. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'll be coming in place. Like, it's cool. I got artists that be in the studio locked in, man. They make some fire ass music.
Absolutely.
And then I go to them and I say, well, now it's time to go see if the people fuck it. You have artists that would think that they can just go in the studio and then that's it.
Right.
And then you got your homeboys, you got your girl, or whatever the case may be. You got your immediate team in the room and they telling you like, listen, man, you got it, bro. You up next. They building the ego.
Yep.
But the ego, ain't nobody else saying it but your immediate crew. Like,
that is it.
And I explained to them like, all right, let's go see if the people fucking with it. Because Lil Dude might be fucking with it, but this DJ ain't. The people that's in the club ain't. So we need to go back to the drawing board. So we'll go to the club. I have an artist go. I just figure out what the artist need to work on, right? So I let them go in there and I send them to the woods. He goes to the DJ like, hey, you know, my name's so-and-so, can you play my record? And then the DJ like, all right, got you. Never played it, right? So, and they come back to me and they say like, damn, that nigga's supposed to play my record, why he didn't? So I say, it's a way you gotta do it, bro. It's a business, right? Go buy the DJ a drink. Go make sure the DJ is comfortable doing his job and go reintroduce yourself. And then when you go do that, you hear your record, right?
Right.
And now you done built a relationship with that DJ where he remember you now because you bought him a drink or you did something nice for him instead of just asking for him to play your record.
Right.
It takes a lot for an artist to get the record played in the club, to get the record played in the radio, on the radio station, right?
I agree.
So
a lot of politics.
It's a lot of politics. So you have to play this shit the right way, and you have to get around. You have to build a team of people that know people. You can't build a team of people that's still trying to figure it out.
I agree.
Like, and you know, I tell people all the time, shit, me coming in the room with you, that's gonna cost. Right. It's gonna cost you because of the fact this is how I feed my family.
Right.
You coming in the room with them, it's gonna cost.
Right.
They can't even just go call you and get a beat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They can't just pull up to your studio and say, yo, Ash, man, I'm lit. I'm ready. I got it. You're like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? What's the budget? So it takes a team full of people that understand and know, or you can be like how, you know, it's a artist that's out here and I want to have him on the show eventually. His name's 16. 16 took a lot of heat from being a background artist, hype man, to now he's in the forefront and he's putting out his own TikToks.
I agree.
So I watch those TikToks.
I do too.
And there's a lot of people that do watch those TikToks and him just dropping hot 16s.
Yeah.
It's ways to do it easy because you got social media, and then it's the hard way. Well, once social media is, you don't run out of social media. Now social media is you past that, so now you got to get to the next level. Like, it's levels to this shit. It's really levels to this shit. And I know you can explain a lot more because you came around with Tarboy and Jay Quan.
Absolutely.
So with that experience, and I know I'm all around, but with that experience, what was that? What all, you know, went into that?
Well, the record game was different then, you know? It was like, you know, it was only so many outlets for your music. So, like, you know, that's why I feel like, okay, back then, it's similar in the aspect of, okay, obviously it's about records, buzz, all that, but I guess the how was different because you had to go through certain channels to get on.
Right.
There were gatekeepers. Like, if you were not on the radio, people did not hear your song. There was no place to go, hey, let me go check out this artist. You know what I mean? Like, if you weren't on MTV or BET, they not seeing your video. You know what I mean? Like, so you can kind of say those places was like gatekeepers, and the industry was the gatekeeper. So it was just, you know. But then again, I also felt like because of that aspect, the labels cared a little bit more, so they put more into the development of the product.
Right.
But then since now the game is like so wide open, you have people who can achieve a buzz and not even go through any of them channels. Like, you got people out here that are on fire and being talked about, and they may not be on the radio, or they may not be they may not be on like one of the, if there even is any terrestrial or like video shows anymore, like, and all that shit. Like, I'm just saying, but they might not be on it, right? Like, and you got some guys out here who like straight popping, and they got their fan base and they rolling because there's so many different ways people actually go get music these days. You know what I mean? So, but yet and still, the music industry has shifted and has gotten a hold of it.
Do you like the way it is now, or do you miss the way it used to be?
I like aspects of both. Yeah. Like, okay, like I like the aspect now where like I feel your fan base allow you a little bit more freedom to kind of be all over the place and kind of create all kinds of music, and I think it kind of gives a light to what I was talking about earlier. Like, it's not all like back then. It was absolutely 1,000% you needed a budget. You know what I mean? Like, and there was no. I mean, hell, I needed a budget to produce. Like, you almost didn't need an investor to fucking had a shit to even make a beat. You know what I mean? Back then, so in that regard. But then again, because of all of that, I feel like there was a lot of time and effort put into making the actual art, the craft, the art, the development of the artist, the albums, all that type shit. But then now, I feel like because music's so accessible and so freely accessible, one, fans don't appreciate it as much. You know what I mean? So like, they don't really hold on to your project. But it has opened it up for people to be more, I think, artists. I think your artistic expression is bigger, because back then you had to literally fit in a box.
Yeah, for sure.
You had to fit into whatever they're trying to serve up, or there was no way out. You know what I mean? Now, hell, whatever the fuck you doing over there, hell, somebody might see that shit and like it.
I love it. Let me invest.
Exactly.
It's easy to get out there.
You can put yourself out there because of things like social media, which I think that's a double-edged sword too, because to kind of double back to what you were talking about with the TikToks, Instagrams, all that shit. Because I feel like just because you're a great musician don't mean you're gonna be a great content creator. And I don't think just because you're a great content creator mean you're gonna be a great musician. And so therefore, it's like we're forcing people to have to wear all these hats. We're forcing the artists damn near to have to be like marketing genius, a content creator, and then still come with some bomb ass music. You know what I mean? It's a lot of shit that where I can tell a lot of artists get exhausted having to work their social media. You know what I mean? But it is definitely a necessity these days. I literally had some conversations, I would say a few weeks ago, with some high ups and some execs, and they're like, yo, like literally that is fucked up as it sounds, bro. You gotta pay attention to TikTok. You gotta pay attention to that shit, bro. And he said, anybody who not paying attention to it, bro, you lost.
Yeah, you lost. That's easy to get out.
And I'm just like, damn. So y'all really telling me that's what they using right now. That's their metric of how hot a motherfucker is.
Listen, I have receipts, and everybody know I got receipts, bro. I have built a nigga TikTok from 0 to now he got like 2.5 million to he did a Pepsi situation.
Oh, that's awesome.
You get what I'm saying? But do they remember that? Because I remember a nigga say, like, nah, bro, I don't know about that TikTok shit. Like, I don't really know about it. And then now you booming.
Yeah,
TikTok is what's popping,
that
bro.
Is definitely, because their algorithm, man. The algorithm is unmatched. So therefore, there's an algorithm on there to where your shit can honestly, like, kind of like back in, when they're doing that little SoundCloud little era, where your shit can literally get on there and then it can just spiral out. You know what I mean? Like, you can have like fucking 500 people following you, but then you can have a post that have like 5 million views and it straight got to 5 million people and had 5 million people interact with it. You know what I mean? Like, so with that being said, I mean, that's priceless shit. Cause go ahead.
You still like feel like people should do artist development
Yeah, I still feel like, man, it still come back down to the team. It still come back down to the people who are around you. I feel like the successful products and the artists that you see have a good unit around them. It ain't just them. You know what I mean? It ain't just one motherfucker like, oh yeah, I'm cold. I know how to do everything.
Yeah.
No, you gotta have people who are good at business, good at marketing, good at creative. Maybe a creative director, somebody helping you, like, you know what I mean, on a creative side. Maybe a content manager or some bullshit or whatever. But you need a good core team. And I feel like the development part actually has became the unplug or the BMFs, the blowing money fast, the my production companies, we are the
AB Productions,
right? We are the artist development now. That's what QC really is. It's just artist development. Like, so they develop the product and then they take it when it's ready, shop and connect, and go get it a situation or run it through their situation, however they do. But in the beginning stages, it's them having to mold that talent, putting some time in, putting the bag up, kind of throwing things out there until the artist really ready. Yeah,
because it's just more to it. Like, I make my artists go rehearse.
It's a lot to this.
I be on them, man, when it comes to like working out. Like, I am not the slimmest person, but I can go on the stage and do 30 songs. You get what I'm saying?
That's all that matters.
I can put on a whole concert with no problem for hours.
That's all that matters.
So you got to be able to do that. And I just think when it comes to that, getting pictures on yourself, staying, in social media, keep posting. You have to make sure, because I got an artist in Beezy, I got an artist in G Money, I got an artist Costa, Marissa, Gabby, Big Homie. We have producers, we got D-Pain, we got a lot of stuff going on, but everybody's different in their own way. You got some that's like, I get in the studio, bro. I ain't even trying to rehearse. Shit, man. My focus not on you. Let me go to the next person and see what they want to do. Like, as a manager, bro, I have took on a lot of responsibility, but I was chef a fucking artist when it comes to managing. That gets my time or don't get my time. You have to make me want to. I'm gonna go hard if you go hard.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? If the artist going hard, I'm gonna go full blast.
I agree.
But if you slow down, I'm only gonna work hard if you work.
That's the way it has to be.
And I think a lot of artists don't understand that when it comes to this business, because they see us, they like, man, I need to get in the press of Solo. I need to do this with J-Bo. I need to do this with Ashley Booker. I need to do this. But if you ain't ready for that shit, bro, I stay away. I stay away, bro, because I could be the nicest nigga in the world or the worst nigga you ever met in your life.
Right.
Like, when it comes to this business.
Yeah, as you should. I mean, you gotta have, time is more valuable than money. So shit, if you spending time with a motherfucker, like, that shit priceless. So.
And that's why I rock with the artists that I rock with.
Right.
Because they understand me and I understand them. These niggas that you don't want to cross. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they like, you know what? Solo understand the business. He got Ashley in his corner. He got Ronnie in this corner, whoever in this corner, and he gonna make sure the job get done. So I rock with the people I rock with, and I build a team around myself to make Solo become a character. Right. You get what I'm saying? I had to, because at the end of the day, shit, I gotta get out there too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm learning just like the next person every day, learning, man, and nobody's no better than the next. But yeah, it's definitely moments in this business where I'll be like, man, I want to give up. I hate this shit.
Yeah, that's natural.
Yeah. Do you get to that point?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, I think that's in anything. Shit. I mean, I feel like if it was easy, everybody have it. You know what I mean? Like, everybody would get it. Everybody, I mean, who don't want to, when everybody be sitting around dreaming, who don't want to just get some paper, do what they love and all that shit. But if it was actually an easy task to accomplish, I feel like more people would do it. But the thing is that what I've learned is that it's consistency.
Yeah.
And and it's discipline and focus. And the discipline part is not the fact of just doing it, it's doing it when you don't want to do it.
Right.
Because honestly, that's really the test of a man anyways, what you do, like when you knock down or when you don't feel well or when you're not feeling it today or whatever, do you still show up?
Right.
Do you still go do what you're supposed to do?
Still gotta get that money.
Shit? Right.
Still gotta get to it.
Do you still do the shit you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like these are real things, and I feel like that in itself weeds out most people.
Yeah.
And that's why you'll have the people who, when you do see the people at a certain level, sometimes it ain't hard to question like why they are at a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because once you get around them, you'll see shit. They is consistent. Persistent. They show up every day. If they book, they show up. They do it. They show like there's a million people there, whether there's one motherfucker there or zero. Shit, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. Yeah. And that's for every big artist I've never been around. They all treat the shit the same.
So I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna ask you to go first. So kind of give everybody like your thoughts on like just some advice on this business or whatever. Just give me some advice. Just give them some. That'd be cool.
The best advice I have is if you really want to do it, like be focused.
Yeah.
Work hard at it. Be consistent. Be persistent. Don't allow things to distract you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you'll get some level of success. I think that's from anything in life. I think if you really just stick to it, hell, it's like this. If you go to the gym every fucking day and eat right, eventually, motherfucker, you're gonna have some muscle. I mean, it's the nature of life. Shit, I mean, that's why I tell people think that music's so different than any other thing. It's the same shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And so I think for myself, I can say, just lock in with yourself. Focus on yourself and be able to trust and appreciate the fails that you're gonna have in this business, because you're gonna have a lot of them. You're gonna take a lot of L's, but when you take those L's, just be prepared for the wins. You get what I'm saying? So just focus and lock in on yourself, man, and understand that, bro, this is a music business. And this shit not easy. It's gonna come together once you get together. But it ain't gonna come together if you ain't together. So stay focused and lock in with yourself and just understand that you're gonna take some L's. Get ready for them L's. So that's what I'm on, man.
That's it.
What else you got?
Well, I would just say that, like, I had to double back on him. Yeah, absolutely. Just be prepared. But just kind of go in there with like I call it a short-term memory.
I would love to get like an artist input on this show real quick. D-Pain, bring your ass on the show. I think this would be good for them to hear from an artist like what it takes or how it feels coming out of this city with this business. So we got D-Pain on the show, man. This is an artist that me and J-Bo manage up under the Blowing Money Fast, the label. We manage this guy, man. He's been doing this shit for so long, since high school, right? Since I've been in high school.
For sure, probably about a year after high school.
Yeah, a year after high school, and this was one of the first artists I ever tried to manage. And I just didn't double back. That's all. Like I told you earlier, I didn't double back, and I should have doubled back because we would have been further. We would have been out of here, But D-Pain, I got a couple of questions I want to ask you, and I need you to speak up because we need the mic to get you. You know what I'm saying? So, how is it coming out of this St. Louis city, bro, as an artist? Like, what do you feel?
I mean, it's like, for one, it's hard. It's like, you gotta have like some type of grit about you. You gotta have a sense of like urgency, consistency. You gotta want to be a people's person. Like, even though you got people like me that's real like low key and don't like social media, you gotta learn to be a straight people's person. So, cause this shit take a lot of networking. So it's like, you gotta talk, you gotta network, you gotta be in the rooms with the right people.
Right.
So it's like, and you also gotta put a lot of money into the shit.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
So it's just like, you really can't just half-ass this shit. You gotta take this shit like a real job. So if you got you a job already, it's just your second 9 to 5.
Right. Do you think it's easy to get on the radio in this city?
I wouldn't say it's easy, because if it was easy, I'd be all over that motherfucker.
Talking shit.
For real. If it was easy, I'd be all over that motherfucker. It
Right.
definitely ain't easy, so it definitely take a lot of networking and knowing the right people and, you know what I mean, connecting them dots, because if it was that easy, everybody would do it.
Right.
I don't feel like everybody should be able to just be good and get on the radio. You got to put in some type of work to,
Oh,
you know.
some politics, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely politics, and there's more to it than just
Relationships.
being in the studio.
Yeah, definitely more to it.
You gotta
than
get
that.
out here and build relationships.
Build
That was one
relationships.
thing that Ashley used to make me do, as you know, coming up back in the day with him as an artist. Like, man, I had to get out here and grind, bro. Like, go to Main Street and talk to everybody out there, bro, and let them know that I sing, or be able to sing on the spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, it's a lot of singers out here, but I run y'all ass up. Oh God, I run you motherfuckers up, and y'all know it. So you know, don't get it twisted. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to have the input on the artist from St. Louis that has a name out here, that's been doing it for a long time, that have records with the Chase the Monies, the Metros, the Chop Squad DJs, the Dobbs. You know, you got records with MJ. You got those beats and records with these people. And like, what do you think is holding you back from that?
I would just say like that, like connecting from what I'm doing to that next level of like bridging that gap.
Right.
Like, I don't know what it is. So it's like, if you know what it is, it's kind of like as a DJ or a promoter, or if you heard me and you seeing me and you like, damn, dude, nice. Shit, I'm trying to bridge that gap to where it can make sense for everybody.
Right.
Like, niggas don't want to just rap, spend their money doing those local shows, and you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you got the real talent to get up out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it take a couple people that's throwing these shows and they got the power to push that play button and be like, you know what? I'm gonna DM him. Like, he don't like shit. Maybe he don't know to DM me. I'm gonna DM him. I'm gonna reach out.
Right.
Like, everybody, you know what I mean? You can't be too big. It's like, if I see a producer that's hard and he working hard, I'm gonna DM him. Like, let's work.
Mm-hmm.
He probably thinking that I'm too big of a person, you know what I'm saying, to reach out to, but I gotta bridge that gap.
But you see how you humble enough to do that?
Yeah,
you have some
be.
artists that's in the studio every day that won't even shake the person in the room hand.
Yeah, like,
You know
that's
what I'm
weird.
saying?
You can't be weird. Like, that's corny
That's
for
weird.
one.
Like, bro, I don't care who it is in the room, and I treat everybody the same. I don't give a fuck if you're a billionaire. I don't give a fuck if you work as a goddamn janitor at Jack in the Box. I don't care. At the end of the day, you are a human being. And I respect everybody until you give me a reason not to respect.
That's it.
Yeah,
So I look at it like, if you in the room, I'm gonna go get your water, bro. I am no bigger than you.
Nah.
I am no better than you.
Nah.
I will. Now, I don't open the door at this, at place. I don't open the doors because I have let, I let a homeless person in the building. I thought this was somebody, bro. Like, I was tripping.
I can't do
Hey,
that.
fuck that, bro. Like, I gotta tell y'all this shit. This shit was crazy. So like, we all in the room, we smoking, we chilling, we having a great time. They shooting pool, and there's some sessions going on in the studio. So I was like, all right, cool. Let me get the door. I ain't never did it. Let me get the door. I'm gonna be nice. I open the door. Lady walk in. Look just like, she here for somebody's session. She's like, oh, it's a studio. Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, what are you doing here? She's like, oh, I just wanted to see how this. I was like, you gotta get the fuck up out of here, bro. Like, this shit happened so quick. But just like, that's why I don't open the door, because I'm so like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm lost when it comes to that shit. So I couldn't tell that this bitch was homeless. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she just walked in. She could have did anything to us. So I was tripping. So like, yeah, but I'm no better than nobody else, but I ain't open the doors. That's all. That's why I'm saying that, man. At the end of the day, bro, like, what do you feel needs to happen in this city to make us all come together?
Man, I would just say put them egos to the side. Like, when you at the crib and when you walk into a place like this, a studio, when you got other people trying to be creative, your ego can't be in the middle of create. Like, some art, bro. Like, that don't even make sense.
Right.
You got people that make beats that can rap. You got people that rap that can make beats. You got some dude that's in the room that's smoking all the weed that can write a song.
Right.
You got a motherfucking cameraman that can rap.
Right.
And it's like everybody can do everything, but it's like your ego will have you like, I'm the rapper. I'm the producer. Or, I don't want that bar.
They need me.
It's like, nah, he just do you a fire bar. You tripping, bro. Take it. So it's like, I try to leave all that ego shit to the side to the point where it's like, if you putting in for the better, like, let's work, bro. Like, I ain't no bigger than you. Like, let's get it.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man. Because you can have the biggest song out, and that shit will be gone tomorrow.
For sure.
You can have the biggest push in the world behind you. And if you make one false move, and that shit can be gone. So you gotta appreciate everything and everybody in the room around you, bro. And that's one thing that I want to preach all the time on this show. Like, appreciate people, respect and love people more than you love money. And I say that because I appreciate everybody in the room, and I respect you until you give me a reason not to. So, that's what you got.
I agree with everything they said. I think we done pretty much hit on all the things, you know, like,
right.
and that's pretty much it. Like, you don't know where people are going. Treat everybody the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Be persistent, work hard, be focused.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Have a fucking purpose out here.
Yeah.
Like, motherfuckers, I don't even know what people be on people's minds sometimes.
Lord Jesus.
Like, have a purpose. Shit, get up for something. Shit, you know what I mean?
It's more to it than just being in the studio. Remember, I said this shit to y'all. The music business is way more than just being in the studio. Lock in with yourself, respect everybody around you, and go network. Network is easy, bro. This social media is free.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? We make it hard if we not using the shit.
Not using it, and if you know, like to go to speak to like how you talking about the whole DJ thing or just anything, promoters, whatever. Get out here and introduce yourself to people, man. Fuck, I mean, a motherfucker might not be your best friend the very first time you meet him.
Yeah, but
consistency. I always say when I say consistency, right?
It's everything.
Consistency. Yo, you keep being like, oh, what up, man? Hey, what up, hey, bro? Yep. Like, yo, hey, man, what's good? Like, eventually, oh no, I fuck with. Okay, yeah, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Do hard.
Hey, when I first got in the game, I remember there was some motherfuckers. They say, look, man, I ain't gonna say shit, but I can say this. You are a persistent motherfucker.
Oh,
and honestly, you so persistent, I gotta respect it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm respectful. I ain't finna like bother. I ain't finna invade nobody's shit. Yeah. But I'm always like, if I say, hey, I'm up, dude. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, we ain't gotta talk too long.
Yeah.
But eventually, that end up becoming a motherfucker.
But you gotta let that guard down.
Yeah,
you gotta let that guard down.
So it's almost like if I'm an artist. You walk in the club, we working, we outside tonight, we like, down to go tap in with this DJ.
Yeah.
This nigga up here busting his shit.
I'ma help that nigga, bro.
Check me out, he bust his shit, boom, hit his 1, 2, he walk away, jamming, you walk up, hey, what's up, what's wrong, woo.
Yeah.
Never get back to you, so it's like, he'll say he working.
Yeah.
But what the fuck am I doing if I'm out here trying to tap in with you?
Right.
But that's where I feel like
where's that window at if a nigga say,
well, I feel like this is what you do. Okay, cool. Like I said, look, man, I can tell y'all some stories that are horrific before
Tell me something.
Tell us something, bro.
Man, I remember when I first got
with this bitch for 50 years, bro.
I remember when Barry Gordy first showed up to Motown.
God damn.
Nah, but seriously, like it was times like where, okay, JD might be like, yeah, okay, we gonna get together, just be at the studio and noon.
Yeah.
I get to the studio, the security say, he ain't got nothing on the books, he ain't here.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay. But I gotta, he told me,
yeah.
I was just with him last night, he told me to be here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
They like, ain't nothing I could do. I mean, you could call him, but you gotta call him out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Boop. This nigga not answering a question, right?
Yeah.
So then a few hours, I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm just like, okay, maybe. Then I'm looking. All right, maybe about an hour passed. Then maybe like 2 hours passed.
Yeah.
You know, motherfucker, I'm in Atlanta, bro. Like at this point, I wasn't living down there, so I'm down here visiting.
I'm here for him.
Right, I'm here for him.
Right.
and so I'm like, oh, okay, 2 hours. Get out the car, stretch.
Right.
I'm like, back hurt, shit. Let me try to tell you. Hey, let me hit him on maybe on social media. So
Right.
I'm trying to, hey, bro, we're at the studio, they tripping, and I thought this is.
I told him.
Hey, yo, like literally, then he finally hit me back. I was like, yo, bro, I'll be there in just a little bit, bro. All right, bro, I got y'all. All right. And another hour passed.
Yeah.
And another hour passed. Bro, eventually I hear like these big pipes, cause like it's like a bunch of Lamborghinis, like boom, 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 just like 5 to 6 hours being in the fucking parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm mad as a motherfucker. But you know what I did? I
Showed up.
I was like, oh, I think I hear
Showed
something.
up.
Hey, they all come, they all park.
Oh,
Hey, what up, bro?
Yeah.
He's like, come on. I'm like, all right. Now, this is what this nigga did. He see us getting out the car. The door closed and the shit at the studio was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
All that
yeah.
shit. I'm like, oh, okay. So I think, ding. And then that same person comes to the door, they're like, oh, what's up? Okay, yeah. He's in the back waiting on y'all. Like, we late. This nigga got his feet up on the damn thing. Like, he been waiting for us all motherfucking day.
Here?
Cold.
What happened to y'all?
What happened to y'all? Hey, everything. Hey, yo, I sat in the parking lot for fucking 7 hours waiting on
That is fire.
Didn't say a word. I said, hey, what's up? I got you here. Look, this is
Yeah.
And that's when he was like, look, this is what we gonna do, bro. I wanna go ahead and do a deal with y'all. Like, woo.
How long was that meeting?
Quick.
Oh God.
He was saying,
Quick.
wait for
Because I was about to give him my whole
Yeah.
my whole shit. Like,
you already got it.
he stopped me. Yeah, he stopped me. He was like, chill, bro. He's like, what we're gonna do is just give me your lawyer information, all that shit. We're gonna make it work. Y'all cool with moving down here? I'm like, yup.
straight like that.
Straight like that.
So I think we should end on that.
Yeah, straight like that.
Every episode, I think Ashley gonna.
I can tell y'all something from. Remember this one time, the Temptation. There was a flat on the bus.
You know this nigga been in this game for like 65 years, bro. This nigga old as fuck, bro. Like when it comes to this business, bro, he been out here since dinosaurs walked on the earth, bro. At the end of the day, him and Jesus shared a dorm room. But listen, man, this show is called The Breakdown, where we're gonna break down the music business. We're gonna teach you about this business. We're gonna show you how to grow in this business. So make sure you tune in each and every Thursday, where I am CEO Soulo,
And I'm Ashley Booker, man.
and this is D Payne, and we out.